label them properly, and designate areas and curves, four curves. Okay, these are the three areas, and a most important part of this diagram is point O, and that is what the triple point. Okay. So this is what the first basic requirement. Once you have done this, the remaining part is very easy. You just have to explain what you see on plot. Okay. So yesterday, after drawing diagram, uh, we were at the curves, or I think we have studied or we finished curves for OA, right? This OA curve. So this is freezing curve of water or melting curve of ice. So you need to write equilibrium across, and then equilibrium across the curve, and then number of phases you need to count. Component is obviously one, and substituting the formula, you will get degrees of freedom 1. So that means univariant. This curve is univariant, and this is what the meaning. Univariant means either temperature or pressure need to be specified or fixed. Okay. So we studied one example at 1 atmosphere. If we keep pressure fixed at 1 atmosphere, water will freeze at 0 degrees Celsius. That is what the example for curve AO. Then curve OB is this curve, and this is water to vapor, is vaporization curve. So equilibrium is obviously liquid water with vapor. When we count phases, we get P is equal to 2 and C is equal to 1. So F becomes 1. System is again monovariant. All points on OB curve are monovariant. Okay. So either temperature or pressure need to be fixed. So, and we took example of boiling point. So if we fix pressure at 1 atmosphere, so here we'll find 100 degrees Celsius temperature, which is a boiling point. Then curve OC, this curve, so here equilibrium is ice with vapor, right? So obviously phases 2, component 1, so degrees of freedom 1. So again, same interpretation. Okay, since F is equal to 1, system is univariant or monovariant, so we need to fix either pressure or temperature to define condition of system at any point on the curve. Then we describe areas, 3 areas. So first is ice area. So here obviously phase 1, component 1, so F becomes 2. So this area is bivariant. So here we need to fix both pressure and temperature simultaneously. Then and only we can define equilibrium at any point in this area. Then area AOB. So here we have liquid water. Okay, again we have same interpretation. F is equal to 2, and again for third area is POC, this area. Okay, here also we have one phase and one component, so F is equal to 2. So system is bivariant. So it means in any area system is bivariant. F is equal to 2. So we need to fix both pressure or temperature, both pressure and temperature, to define condition of system at any point in any area. That is what the confusion is. It is therefore necessary to fix both temperature as well as pressure to define condition of system at any point in any area. So this is the way you should write or explain areas. Okay, this is sufficient explanation. Now coming to the next part, point O. Okay, we have finished curves, then 3 areas. Now we are at the point. So point O is unique point. Okay, and here all 3 curves meet together. Okay, all 3 curves meet together. So what equilibrium do you see at point O? तुम्ही सांगू शकता? At point O, how many phases are in equilibrium, or which phases are in equilibrium? I am talking about this single point, point O. And that point O ला काय इक्विलिब्रियम आहे? बघा ना, तुम्ही आता जसं आपण कर्व बघितले, if we look at the curve OB, for example, OB, so you should look at the phases across the curve. So here we have liquid water and here vapor water, obviously. So two phases, so we write what liquid water in equilibrium with vapor. Okay, so similarly, if I want to write equilibrium at point O, at this point, we should see all possible phases around point O. Around point. Very simple. First is ice. From this side, whole area is ice area. Then above this point, we have liquid phase, and here we have high temperature, we have vapor phase. So these three phases are coexisted simultaneously, and this is only one point. So this is unique point. So here P is equal to 3 distinct phases, but component is 1. Everywhere we have H2 only. Okay. So F becomes 0. C minus P plus 2, 1 minus 3 plus 2 means 0. So system is 0 variant or invariant. Okay. Invariant. Okay. So what is the meaning of 0 variant? It is not necessary. Okay. It is not necessary to fix either temperature or pressure to define condition of system at point O. Okay. This is very interesting. See, in case of curve, we got F is equal to 1. So how we define F is equal to 1 or interpret it? How we interpret it? So either temperature or pressure, either temperature or pressure should be fixed to define condition of any point on curve OA. OB was also same thing because F is equal to 1. In case of area, we got F is equal to 2. So how we define? Both temperature and pressure must be fixed to define condition of system at any point in any area. But now situation is F is equal to 0. Okay, so system is 0 variance. So no need to define either temperature or pressure because this is unique system and its parameters are fixed by the nature. Okay, we cannot interfere. So point O is called as a triple point. And it existed only at one possible temperature. Point O is called triple point and it existed only at one possible temperature. What is that? 0.0075 degrees Celsius. If you look at this temperature corresponding to this triple point, 0.0075 degrees Celsius and one possible pressure, that is 4.58. Original diagram. This pressure is 4.58 mm. Okay, so these two conditions are unique and we cannot interfere. If we interfere, then one of the phase will be diminished. Understand? If we increase pressure, then one of the phase will diminish. If we increase temperature or reduce temperature, one of the phase will be diminished. Okay? So system is 0 variant. We don't have any right to interfere with this system. So if either temperature or pressure is changed, then any one of the three phases will be diminished. Okay. So that is what the meaning of 0. Just complete this. We will proceed further. If you are feeling this, just tell me. So sometimes they ask, describe triple point in water system. That way also they ask. Describe triple point. So in that case, you have to write the equilibrium, then you have to calculate F value, and you have to interpret meaning of F. You should write the condition of temperature and pressure. Okay. Complete the answer. I hope you have done. Shall we proceed further? Shall we proceed further? And if a specific question is asked on triple point, you just draw simple diagram. No need to label everything. I mean, label means phases you must label, but these points they are not needed. Only triple point condition you need to specify. Other conditions are not required. Okay, just write, just draw these four curves and the three area you label and give condition of temperature and pressure only at point O. If separate question is asked on triple point. Okay? I hope you have finished this. Done? डन झालं सांगा मला. Okay, shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is what the water system, and whatever there on a slide is 100% complete. Okay, so no need to refer even book. Okay, same thing you can write in examination also. No problem. Now coming to the next part, two component system. Okay, it's also called as a reduced or condensed system. But two component. See previously our previous part was one component system. Okay, now two component system. So in this case, C is equal to obviously 2. Component 2 means C is equal to 2. Now minimum P. See, for any system, any heterogeneous system, minimum P must be 1, at least one phase must be there. Then only we can call it as a heterogeneous system. Okay, therefore F is equal to C minus P plus 2. So C is 2 component system, and minimum phase is 1. So F becomes 3. F becomes 3. What does it mean? Say in case of one component system, F was 2. So we selected pressure and temperature. But now F is becoming 3. Degrees of freedom 3. It means we need to specify all three parameters: temperature, pressure, and composition. See, according to definition of degrees of freedom, what is degrees of freedom? It is the minimum number of independently variable factors such as temperature, pressure, and concentration of our phases, which must be fixed. in order to define condition of system at any point. असं आपण म्हटलं होतं बरोबर. Now the situation is f is equal to 3 means all three should be specified. And if you want to represent all three parameters, you need three-dimensional diagram, and that is not possible on 2D paper. Paper is what, two dimensional, so we cannot draw it. That is what written over here. So what is written? It means to draw phase diagram for two component system. All three parameters, temperature, pressure, and concentration must be specified. All three must be specified. Okay, but it is very difficult to draw such three-dimensional phase diagrams using all three axes. You understand what the meaning of this? Then you may understand what is the meaning of the statement. See, here f is equal to 3. 3 means what? Demand to draw phase diagram for two component system is we need all three axes. Okay, x, y, and z axis. So that you can take, say, pressure on one axis, okay, temperature on another axis, and concentration or component on third axis. These are 3 degrees of freedom. Okay, but it is very difficult to draw such diagram, such three-dimensional phase diagram using 3 axes. We cannot draw on 2D paper. It is a bit difficult. So, what is the solution for that? So, in actual practice, when we go on using Gibbs phase rule for alloys, especially two component alloys, okay, we neglect one degree of freedom, and that is what the pressure. So what is stated over here? You just read it carefully. But for alloys is what? It is a mixture of different metals or non-metals. For example, steel, okay, is the best example of alloy. So for alloys having high melting point, vapor phase is practically neglected. So when we talk about alloys, for example, say brass, okay, brass is what? It's a copper plus zinc mixture. So if you look at these two constituents of brass, their melting point is very high. Okay, melting point is very high. So when we go on studying this system, or when we go on applying Gibbs phase rule to this system, brass system, we don't go to higher temperature. We study at a normal temperature. So practically, see, vapor phase will come after vaporization of these two metals. So first, when we start heating brass, copper and zinc will start melting. This first will be liquid phase, and when we keep on heating, they will be vaporized. So see, while applying Gibbs phase rule, we don't go to that temperature actually. So that is what the meaning of this statement. Okay, I am म्हटलं But for alloys having high melting point, vapor phase is practically neglected. Means we don't vaporize them while studying. We just, go on, say, melting them. So either solid or liquid phase will be there. So no vapor phase will be there. So no vapor phase means what? Nothing to do with the pressure. Okay. So the phase diagram is drawn by using temperature and concentration by keeping pressure constant. By keeping pressure constant. Pressure is not a variable because we don't go on vaporization of these alloys. Okay, so this is only for alloys I am talking, because alloys, they have very high melting point. So practically we don't reach to high temperature when they vaporize actually. Right? So what we do, phase diagram is drawn by temperature and concentration being parameter. Okay, by keeping pressure constant, especially 1 atmosphere, room temperature. Okay, room temperature. So, see, in case of water system, we selected temperature and pressure. We just understand the difference between the water system and this two component alloy system. Okay, so here we selected temperature and concentration. Okay, and not pressure. Pressure is constant. So such systems where pressure is kept constant by neglecting vapor phase are called as a reduced or condensed system. All such systems, all such alloys, so here in this case it is brass, it may be steel, it may be bronze, several alloys we use in engineering, right? So while studying all these systems, the pressure phase is neglected because we keep pressure constant. Vapor phase is not there practically, okay? Because melting point is very high. So such systems where there is no vapor phase and pressure is kept constant are reduced systems or condensed system. So accordingly, we have degrees of freedom reduced by one. म्हणून इथे काय म्हटलंय hence system reduces its degrees of freedom means f by one. Okay, so phase rule changes. How changes? The original rule is this: f is equal to c minus p plus 2. This is the original rule. But now the system, when this gives phase rule is applied to two component system, especially alloy, where melting point is very high, vapor phase is neglected, pressure is kept constant. So system, such system reduces degrees of freedom by one. So we should subtract one. We should subtract one from the formula. So when we subtract the formula by one, we get c minus p plus one. 2 minus 1 is 1. So it becomes c minus p plus 1. This is called as a c minus p plus 1 is called as a reduced or condensed phase rule. Okay. So there will be a short answer type question like describe condensed or reduced phase rule, or what are two component system. Okay, what are two component system? Describe reduced phase rule. So this is what the explanation. Enough explanation for that. Okay. So when if question is like two component system, C is obviously two. P minimum P is 1. So formula becomes F is equal to 3. But if F is equal to 3, we need all three axes to represent three parameters, which is very difficult to draw on two-dimensional paper. Okay. So, but majority of systems where which we are interacting in engineering, they are alloys only. So for alloys, there is no pressure phase because melting point is high. There is no pressure phase. There is no vapor phase. So pressure is kept constant. So we selected only temperature and concentration. So only two P and C. We want T and C pi pressure no pressure constant. So T versus C diagram. Okay, by keeping pressure constant. So now pressure constant is what? System will reduce degrees of freedom by one. So we subtracted one from the formula. So we get C minus P plus 1. That is what the reduced or condensed phase is. Okay. Now the practical example, just like one component system, we studied what? Water system. Here in case of lead silver, a two component system, we have chosen lead silver system. So there are several other systems. Most important system is iron carbon diagram. But that diagram is complicated diagram, so that is now omitted from the syllabus. In previously it was there. Okay. So we have got very simple phase diagram. Let us discuss this diagram. Now, this is what our third question. So what is two component system? Describe lead silver system with respect to neat level phase diagram. Now, when we talk about lead silver, we have got four phases now. You see, four phases. How four phases? First is obviously solid lead, its original physical state at room temperature. Then solid Ag. Okay. Then solution of Ag and Pb. So when we heat the mixture above their melting point, we will get solution of Ag and Pb. That is the third phase. And fourth phase is vapor phase. These are the four possible practical phases when we keep on preparing lead silver alloy. Okay. Now, but gaseous phase, means this vapor phase, is practically absent. So while performing actual experiment, we don't heat the alloy above melting point. There is practically no vapor phase. Okay. And one variable, pressure, is neglected. And we have condensed phase rule for application. We will apply condensed phase rule F is equal to C minus P plus 1. Okay. So let us see the phase diagram for lead silver system, and then we will apply this new rule C minus P plus 1. Okay. So this is the important point over here. See, in case of water system, the previous system, water system is one component. law of F is equal to C minus P plus 2. Okay? First 2 होतं. But when we apply, gives feasible to two component system, like say lead silver system, then copper zinc means brass system or a bronze system, or maybe a steel system. The rule should be this only, C minus P plus 1 only, so you don't make mistakes. Okay, we should identify the difference between these two laws. Okay. So we have two parameters. Which two parameters? Temperature and concentration. Pressure kept constant at 1 atmosphere. And we will perform two experiments. Okay, to prepare lead silver alloy, we will perform two experiments. How to experiment? Because we can add lead into silver or silver into lead. So these are the two experiments which we can perform to prepare this alloy. Okay? And then we will study effect of temperature and concentration on various phases. So we will have two y-axis and one x-axis. Okay. So here at x-axis we have composition, okay, percentage composition of course, and temperature on y-axis. Okay. So as I told you, we will perform two experiments. Initially, we will be having 100% silver. Okay, I have 100% silver. I will start adding lead into it. Okay, and I will see the effect of temperature. Okay, on the solubility. That is the one experiment. Okay, another experiment is I can take 100% lead with me, and I will start adding silver into it. I will see the effect of temperature and composition. Okay, you understand the understand this? If not, you can stop at any point. I will explain. No problem. Okay. तर याच्यामध्ये काय बघा? Let us see the first experiment. We have 100% silver and we will be adding lead into it. So we will start at point A. Okay. So here at this point we have 100% silver, and this 961 is a melting point of silver, pure silver, 961. So I have this molten silver. Now I will add lead into silver. So what will happen is this. I will get this curve. So what does it mean? What this line or curve tells us? So according to this line, when I start adding lead into silver, melting point of silver is decreased. बरोबर ना? Temperature असं वाढतंय. ठीक आहे? So initially I have at a point A, which is a 961 degrees Celsius melting point of silver. When I start adding lead, आता ह्या लाईन वरती आपण कसं lead add करत चाललोय इकडे. Okay, I 1%, 2%, 3% add करत चाललोय. So when I keep adding lead into silver, melting point which was 961, it is decreasing. You can easily see decreasing. Up to what point? Up to 303. Up to 303 only. Okay. This is what the first experiment. Okay, beyond this point, there is no more decrease. There is no more decrease in melting point. Okay. So in fact, it is increased. It increased. Okay. So that point is O. Now another experiment. This is the first experiment. Okay. Another experiment is I have 100% lead with me. Okay, and I will start adding silver into lead, and I will see the effect on the melting point of lead. So at point B, I have melting point of lead, 327 degrees Celsius. The pure lead I have. Now when I start adding silver into lead, there is decrease in melting point of lead. Initially it was 327. When I start adding silver towards this right line, you see, okay, what will happen? What will happen? Melting point is decreasing up to the point O, and that temperature 303 degrees Celsius. And this is what the composition. Okay, at corresponding to the point O, 97.4% of lead. Okay, 97.4% of lead and 2.6% of Ag. This is what the saturation point. So beyond this, silver cannot be added into lead. Lead cannot be added into silver. You understand? If you start adding, there will be phase separation. That is no more alloy. Alloy means what? We add different metals at a lattice level, crystal level. Okay, it is not a simple mixture. Atoms are accommodated inside the voids which are available within the crystal lattice. बरोबर ना, तुम्हाला माहिती आहे त्यांना म्हणतो आपण अलॉय. त्याची कंपोजिट इज नॉट अ फेज सेपरेशन, बट अलॉय इज नॉट अ फेज सेपरेशन, इट इज अ होमोजिनियस मिक्सचर. Okay, so this is what the saturation point, and it is happening at this composition and this temperature. It is called the eutectic point. Eutectic point असं म्हणतात त्याला. And meaning of eutectic is lowest melting mixture. हे जे मिक्सचर आहे लेड सिल्वरचं ते सॅच्युरेशन पॉईंटचं मिक्सचर आहे आणि त्याचं मेल्टिंग पॉईंट TG ने दिलेलं असतं. ठीक आहे. Then we will label now. See, since we have two curves now, you see this is AO and BO. These two curves and one point we have. So we automatically we have this area, another area, this is another area, and this two more area. Okay. So this is liquid area. Why liquid? Because melting point. So see, temperature is very high. Both the lead and silver are there in a liquid state only. Liquid phase only. Okay. Then now this area ACO, your AOC monetary high area. So here you will see definitely see liquid. This side we have liquid, and here I have solid silver. So this area representing liquid of both lead and silver plus solid Ag. Okay. Then this triangle, this area. Okay. So here I have liquid above the curve. I have liquid, and here below the curve I have solid PP. Okay. I have solid PP because I have 100% lead over here. So some solid lead is always here. You understand? So these are the important areas. Okay. Then we have two distinct areas. Okay, below eutectic line. This is called as the eutectic line. The first is solid PP plus eutectic. Okay. Obviously, solid PP is always here in this area, and eutectic. Eutectic is actually mixture. Okay, mixture of lead and silver. And here I have solid Ag plus eutectic. Solid silver तर आहे तिकडे, plus eutectic means what? Mixture of lead and silver. Okay. So now obviously a curve AO, how we should label it? See, we labeled curves in water system, one compound system, by just observing the phases across, right? Similarly, we can label curves over here. So curve AO. Okay, so आपल्याला काय सांगतो curve AO? Initially we have 100% silver. Okay, and this is melting point of silver, 100% silver. When we start adding lead, melting point is decrease. Melting point decrease म्हणजे काय? It is kind of a freezing process. So therefore, curve AO is labeled as freezing curve of silver. काय म्हटलंय? Freezing curve of silver. Why freezing curve? Because melting point of silver is decreased after addition of lead. Up to the point O. Now curve BO. Curve BO. So here, what will happen? We started with 100% lead at point B, and when we start adding silver, melting point of lead is decreased. Okay, therefore, curve BO is what? Freezing curve of lead. Freezing curve of lead. Why freezing curve? Because melting point is decreased. Until freezing mode. Decreasing melting point is a freezing process. Okay. So two important curves are labeled. In area AOB is a liquid, point O is eutectic. Finish. एवढेच point तुम्ही explain करायचे. बाकीचे other points, they are not that important for you. Okay. You will not go in detail. So in examination, only curve AO, curve DO, liquid area, and point O. We have to calculate degrees of freedom for all these parts. Okay. Diagram finish करा. झाली की मला सांगा. डायग्राम काढा, प्रॅक्टिस व्हायला पाहिजे. आणि हा क्वेश्चन आला तुम्हाला डायग्राम काढावे लागेल. लिहून दिलं की मला सांगा. झालं. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is what the basic requirement. to solve this question. Means describe the lead silver system with respect to Gibbs phase rule, keyword with respect to phase diagram, neat label phase diagram. So here you need to first write the background of the system. Okay, how four phases are possible with lead silver system, but vapor phase is neglected because melting point, boiling points are very high. So practically we don't consider vapor phase. So we study the system by considering temperature and composition, and pressure is kept constant at 1 atmosphere. Okay, that is what a reduced system or condensed system with the help of this rule F is equal to C minus P plus 1. Okay, and then draw this diagram, neat label diagram. And here important point you see, first the parameters, very important, temperature versus composition. Then this curve AO is proper condition, temperature condition, curve DO, here again melting point, and this 303. Okay, then 0 and 100% initial initial point for this first experiment, and 100% lead and 0% AT the second experiment. And this is most important part, 97.4% lead and 2.6% silver at eutectic point. It is corresponding to the 303 degrees Celsius. Then this area and remaining area. But you need to explain only liquid area. Okay, means these four parts. Let us see. So first we will see curves. Curves. We have two curves, AO and BO. First curve AO. You should write with what is the name of the curve. So obviously this is freezing curve of silver because melting point of silver is decreased. Then it now you just describe it in your own way. It starts at point A. It starts at point A. What is that point A? Melting point of pure silver. Melting point of silver start decreasing on addition of lead up to point O. Okay, whatever you see on the plot, same thing you have to write in a sentence. When we start adding lead into silver, melting point of silver is decreased up to the point O. At point O काय झालंय? Mixture. Now we have mixture of silver and lead becomes saturated with respect to lead, and no more lead can be added into silver. No more lead can be added into silver beyond point O. ओच्या पुढे आपण lead silver मध्ये ऍड करू शकत नाही at a crystal level, lattice level. काय होईल? Phase separation होईल. Okay. So here we have which equilibrium? Just look at the equilibrium. So equilibrium is liquid above over here, and here we have solid AG. This is what the equilibrium across. Okay? Liquid and solid, liquid and solid AG. That curve across. Now how many phases are there? Component is 2. C is 2 because we are studying lead and silver now. So C is always 2 anywhere. Okay. Now phases 2, liquid and solid. Phases 2. Now which rule we should apply? F is equal to C minus P plus 1. So don't forget to apply this rule. C minus P plus 1 and not plus 2. Very important. So here 2, component 2, phases 2 plus 1, F becomes 1. F becomes 1. So here curve AO is univariant. Therefore curve AO is univariant or monovariant. What is the meaning of univariant or monovariant? Curve AO univariant आहे म्हणजे काय? Degree of freedom 1 आहे म्हणजे काय? The interpretation is it is necessary to fix either temperature or composition. Okay? It is necessary to fix either temperature or composition in order to define condition of system at any point on this curve, on the curve A. Okay, that is what it is. जसं आपण water system मध्ये केलं होतं तसंच आहे. So it is therefore necessary to fix either temperature or concentration. दोघांपैकी एकच पाहिजे कारण एक वनच आहे, दोन्ही नको सायमल्टेनियसली, फक्त एकच. एकतर टेम्परेचर फिक्स करा की कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फिक्स करा. टू डिफाइन condition of system at any point on this curve. Means to define feature of the system at any point. तो point exist होईल की नाही, होईल ते कोणत्या टेम्परेचरला होईल आणि कोणत्या कॉन्सन्ट्रेशनला होईल. ओके, फक्त एकच आपल्याला पॅरामीटर सफिशियंट. You understand meaning of f is equal to, please complete this. डायग्राम परत काढायची नाहीये. डायग्राम परत काढायची. डायग्राम फक्त एकदाच काढायची सुरुवातीला. हे फक्त अंडरस्टँडिंगसाठी मी ते ड्रॉ केले. Okay, done. Okay. If you are finished, then you just give attendance and you can leave because it is now 1:13. So we stop here. Tomorrow we will see the remaining part of the diagram. Hello. One second. हे पेरेंट्स मीटिंगला जे ॲबसेंट होते त्याने कॉल करायला सांगितलंय. अजून कॉल केलेला नाहीये. मला कोणाचाच कॉल आला नाहीये. तुम्ही इमिजिएटली पेरेंट्सना कॉल करायला सांगा. ठीक आहे, आजच्या दिवसामध्ये. ओके. हाँ हाँ सही कर रहे हैं। लिखता है